can view my screen or not. And Dave, I left your mic on. So.
Okay, great. I see it.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'd like to welcome everybody to the first parent webinar series here at Unionville-Chatsworth School District. I'll go ahead and introduce myself. My name is John Mall, and I'm the tech integrator here at the district. Today, we're just going to go over a 15-minute demo/training on how to create a parent account in both PowerSchool and Canvas. But before we do that, I just want to touch base on, explain briefly what we're doing with this webinar series. The idea is, to continue communication channels and to continue areas where we can reach out to you parents with any training and demos for the tools that you have as parents to help your students with their academic success here at the district. We're going to have a webinar every month with 15 minutes of demo and training, and then 15 minutes of question and answers, where we'll turn it over to you and any questions that you might have with any of the technologies we use here at the district. Each month's webinar will focus on a different technology, things like maybe more Canvas notifications, PowerSchool notifications, the Chromebooks at the middle school, and anything like that. And some of the topics may be focused off of questions that you bring up as parents. So I just want to let you know that if there's questions that are reoccurring, we may focus one of the month's webinars on just answering those questions. So the first thing we're going to do, and David, if you want to add anything, feel free to.
Okay, I'll just add that, can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, that I think this is very exciting. We're trying to respond to parents' needs, and not everyone can come into school and get some training, and so we wanted to see if webinars would work. We had some response from parents that they needed some help, especially with Canvas, how to be a parent on Canvas and to see things, and PowerSchool as well. So I'm glad that we're starting this, and we will do some surveying afterwards and see what future topics are. But I think it's very exciting.
Yep. And I will add something I did forget. We plan on posting these webinars on the UCFSD.org site, and we will share that out in a communications blast where you guys will be able to view these recordings at a later date whenever you want to. So with that being said, let's go right over to the first topic, which is how to create a parent account in PowerSchool. So if you don't know the URL to PowerSchool, if you go to UCFSD.org and scroll down the page, you'll see a few resources here. I'm going to go to PowerSchool, click on the PowerSchool button, and here we see the PowerSchool login page for the parent portal. So the first thing I'm going to do if I do not have an account is go to the Create Account tab, and then click on the Create Account button. Once this page is presented, we're asked to fill in a few different fields, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. And once we get to password, I'm going to put my password in that I want. And once we scroll down, we can see an area where we can link our student accounts to the account that we're about to create here in the parent portal. So we have a test student that we use at the district, so I'm going to put in the credentials for that test student. I will also add that this access ID and access password are sent through the mail at the beginning of the school year. If you do not have your student's access ID or access password, please feel free to email me at jmall@ucfsd.net, and I'll be more than happy to send you over the access ID and access password if you don't have it. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the student's name, in this case student testing, the access ID, as well as the access password. And here you can choose your relationship to the student. I'm going to scroll down and choose other. You can add one student, or you can add multiple students if you have multiple students at the district. I will show you when we go in and create the account how to add a student after the fact once you've already created the account. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to hit enter. Let's type my password here. Let's try that. Scroll down. Re-enter the password. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. All right, so the account was created. It will shoot you an email to just verify that your email is tied to the account. But at this point, I'm good to log in. So I'm going to type my username and my password and click on the sign in button. Once I'm signed in, I'm just going to do a brief overview of a few of these screens. I noticed that the first page I'm logged in to is the grades and attendance page, and this will show you your students' grades in all their classes. Currently, test student is only tied to the U.S. history class, as well as their attendance by day. On the left-hand side, you'll notice grade history, and this is where you can see previously stored grades in PowerSchool. Attendance history, email notification, and we'll go to this screen. This is where you as parents can ask PowerSchool to email you different things like grades and attendance, and then how often you get emailed. You know, if you select daily and you have multiple students in the district, you might receive, you know, anywhere from 2 to 3 to 4 emails per day. So I always recommend to do a weekly update, and that way you get one single email at the end of the week on Sunday with all the student information for your students. On the left-hand side, teacher comments tied to each of your students' classes. The school bulletin, which currently contains the PTO directory for this school year. I'm going to skip over class registration, and we'll come back to this in another webinar. Your student schedules here, the basic school information, so you can see the principal and assistant principal's email, contact information, along with the registrar and the attendance secretary. The report card is a printable report card with all your students' grades, depending on, you know, the semester, quarter, or full year class that your student's taking. And then lastly, account preferences. This is where you can change any information about tied to your account, as well as your username and the ability to change your password. Now, I will say, once your account is created and you forgot to tie one of your students to your account, if we're in the account preferences page and we click on the Students tab, we have the ability to add additional students. So I'm going to click on Add here, and I then am presented with the same 4 fields that I was asked for when I created the account. So that was just a brief overview of how to create a parent account in PowerSchool. And, you know, a future webinar, we could always go in and go through some of the more granular details about PowerSchool and how to use it more effectively. So I'll pause for a few seconds to see if there's any questions. If you do have a question, please feel free to throw it in the chat box, which should be on the right side of your screen. And then if there are no questions, I'll go to Canvas, and then if there's any questions at the end, I'll be more than happy to take them then. So if you're typing, I'm going to click on the sign out button here. And I'm just going to exit out of the 2 PowerSchool parent portal screens. And we're going to now go to Canvas. So if you don't know the Canvas URL, again, on the UCFSD.org page, there's a button to log into Canvas. I'm going to click that. If you do not have an account and you want to create an account, there is a button at the top right called click here for an account for a Canvas user if you're a parent. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Again, some basic fields to fill out. And then you will need your child's username and password to tie their account to. This is the same username and password that your child uses to log into Canvas. So you will most likely need them to, be by your side when you create an account, so you can ask them to give you the username and password or have them type it in. So I'm going to put in a test account called Test Kid, and then the password to this account. And then I'm going to agree to the terms and services. And then I'm going to click Start Participating. So that was it. That was the nuts and bolts of creating an account in Canvas. So I would love to do one of the next few months here a webinar just on the nitty-gritty of Canvas. But just a few things right off the bat that I will mention. We're logged into the dashboard page, which gives us a view of all the classes that our students are in. So you can notice that this test kit is tied to a geometry course. On the left-hand side, we can see courses and all the courses that my student is tied to. In this case, it's only one. Any calendar notifications or events can be seen on the calendars page, as well as any messages from teachers with any content related to the class. So just a top-level overview of what Canvas is. Canvas is used for the content that your students have in their classes. So things like assignments, the syllabus, announcements, quizzes, or tests, anything along the lines that deals with the actual content in the course, as well as PDF documents and presentations and everything like that. So I'm going to go, the one last thing I wanted to show in Canvas is in your account page. If you go to Profile, you can see all the basic information about your account. I want to focus on the Observing page. And this is where, let me first verify my email address. So that should have fixed it. Let's try that again. Might have to log out. Let me log out really fast and log back in and see if that works. I forgot my password here. Let me see. Now let me go to log in and see if I can find it here. Now, let me reset my password. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. I have 6 different passwords up here. See if it sends me an email.
So it's not just me.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Well, let me log in. Well, what I'll do really fast is let me log in with my admin account and just change my password because I haven't gotten an email yet. So I can do that really fast here. Now you're seeing all behind the scenes of Canvas.
Yeah, I think managing passwords is sort of the bane of many of our existences.
I agree. All right, let's try that. And let me log out. Let's try again. There we go. All right. So going back to account, profile, and observing, here is where I, as a parent, can add my additional students to my account, so I don't have to create multiple accounts for each of my students enrolled at the district. I can go in here and get their username and password, or have them enter their username and password, and then click the plus student button, and then those student accounts will be tied to your parent account. So that was the top level overview of Canvas. I would love, like I said before, love to do a 15 to 20 minute overview of Canvas and how it's used at the district, and how you as parents can use this tool to help your students with their academic success here at the district. But for today's purpose, we just wanted to review how to create an account in PowerSchool and how to create an account in Canvas. So with that, I will open it up to any questions if there are any. I'll switch back to my PowerPoint. Please feel free anytime to email me at jmall@ucfsd.net with any questions or concerns, and I'll be more than happy to get back to you with those. So I'll give it a few seconds here, and if there are no questions, Dave, if you want to add anything before we close.
No, that's good. I think that helps us know how to get in. I think I'd like to, as we put this together, then delve into, the uses of it. You're right. The whole notification.
Correct.
With Canvas and how all of that works, and how to track students and multiple students as well.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Awesome, guys. Thank you for joining us for the first webinar. A communication blast will be sent out with a URL to the recorded session. Feel free to view it anytime after the fact, and we hope to continue. We definitely are excited to continue this and develop this as we go forward. So I thank you, everybody.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks, Dave.